Hello everyone and welcome back to my opinion. As I preview the previous match, I'll be previewing the Eliminator between the Gujarat Titans and the Mumbai Indians. Let's get into this video. Starting off with Gujarat, I expected them to finish in the top two, given how they played for 3 quarters of the tournament thus far. Unfortunately, in the last few matches, the top three has been dismissed earlier, and therefore the middle order has been exposed. It's a point of vulnerability that's been pointed out from before the season. And for the most part, because you got the top three to bat until the 13th over, then you got the others who played explosive knocks after that point. But since those three, at least two of those have been dismissed earlier on the last few matches, and you won't have Josh Butler for the playoffs as well, a vulnerability is starting to show. Based on what they've got, I'll be reading my 11 now. This 11 being Shubman Gill, Sai Sudarshan, Kusal Mendes 3, Washington Sundar 4, Shahrukh Khan 5, Shafin Rutherford 6, Rahul Tewati 7, Rashid Khan 8, Sai Kishore 9, George Kirsier 10, Mohammad Siraj 11, Prasid Krishna the impact sub. Now they've signed Kusal Mendes as a replacement for Josh Butler. He's a very good player, he's an attacking player, but can you equate that solidity that Josh Butler would provide, where he can score 500 runs with a very good strike rate, yet he can play in dual modes. He can set things up until the 13th, so then he can play in a swashbuckling fashion as well. Kusal Mendes does the latter. I wouldn't say he does the former as much. Now, in the PSL recently, they correctly batted him in the middle order because I've maintained that he does not have the technique to open the batting in conditions where the ball moves around. You've seen the Sri Lankan side do that, and it hasn't reaped rewards for them. Whereas in the PSL, he batted at, I think, number 4, and I think the middle order is the correct place for him to bat. In this case, he'll be batting at 3 because you've got the openers there. And Washington Sundar at number 4. Now, they haven't been playing him as much, have not been backing his bowling, certainly. And with a bat, he's not got many opportunities. When he has done towards the early part of the season, he played well, but they've been looking to play Arshad Khan ahead of him. Now, in this side, is the batting a strong point? No, but you've got batting depth. You've not got reliable options as of now. Would they need Arshad Khan with the ball or the bat? No, because you've got Jad Kitsie there, who's that fast bowler who can bat a bit. Arshad Khan provides more good with the bat than the Boykabor 2 is up front, not too much more than that at this point in time. Washington can provide a more assured batting option and a bowling option, and you can use him as that bridge between the number 3 and the number 5. Because after that, you've got players who can be destructive. Would you back the crease occupation more often than not? I don't think so. And I used the crease occupation quite a few times in my previous video for this team. That's why I would play Wayne and Sundar who can play that dual role. And in the last few matches, you've seen Mohammad Siraj hasn't picked up wickets. I don't think he's bowling badly. The reason why I say that is because they're using Sai Kishore incorrectly. They bowl in for a straight 2 overs. They're not backing Wayne Sundar as a bowler. Rashid Khan, because of the technical flaw post-injury, hasn't been at what we have usually seen him. Therefore, they've got 3 good spinners there, but they're not using them to the full extent, and Rashid Khan's output has been a point in question. Jad Kitsie can also be expensive. Then if Mohammad Siraj and Prasid Krishna don't pick wickets up front, while on paper this looks a good attack, if you're not using the spinners correctly and the output is in there, Jad Kitsie can be expensive. You can go for runs, and that's what we've seen in the last 2 matches. Coinciding with that, the top 3 has been dismissed earlier, and therefore we've seen they've lost the matches by some distance. So I feel the solidity of that top 3 is compromised with the absence of Josh Butler, despite Kusal Mendes being a very good player. But I don't think there are many selection conundrums is what they should go for. Mahipal Lomro is another left-hander attacking player, but since Washington can also provide some bowling, I would go with him, and I don't think Mahipal Lomro has played a match thus far this season. So this is what I would go for them, and I think they should go with this combination. Now for the Mumbai Indians. They've signed Johnny Bairstow as a replacement for Ryan Rickleton. I'd said he should have been signed in the main auction by some team, and I think it's a very good signing. And Wu Jacks, they've played him at. First of all, I wouldn't have signed him because signing him meant the others had to bat one position lower. And that's adversely impacted someone like a Tilak Verma, who's done very well batting at number 3. And this season, a lot of times better at number 5, and the output hasn't been there. They've played Wu Jacks because he can also bowl off spin, and that's why instead of bringing in Karan Sharma on a slower surface against Punjab, they brought in Ashwani Kumar and he went for runs. You've already got 4 seamers. I don't know why they brought the 5th in. So in this match, I think they'll bring in Karan Sharma, the impacts up. And how I would go is Rohit Sharma, Johnny Bairstow to open, Tilak Verma 3, Suryakumar Yadav 4, Hardik Pandya 5, Bevan Jacob 6, Naman Dir 7, Mitchell Sanda 8, Deepak Chahar 9, Rashid Umrah 10, Trent Bolt 11. The impacts of being Karan Sharma. Because of the absence of Wu Jacks, if you play, they've signed Charit Asalanka. Now, we've seen him play at number 5 for Sri Lanka. He's not a power hitter, but he knows how to score runs towards the end. And he also bowls. I fear that they will play him in the Wu Jack slot and let him bat down the order because he can bowl off spin. Is that a sufficient prerequisite for him to crack this destructive batting lineup? I don't think so. If they bring in Karan Sharma, the impact, so you've got Mitchell Sand and Ahmed Dir can bowl a bit if required, but I don't think he's bowled after the CSK match, the first match of their season. So there's no need to bring in Asalanka for his bowling. Bevan Jacobs, whenever he walks out to bat, he's going to look to attack, and similar to the Tim Seiferts and Tom Kohler-Cadmores that I mentioned in the previous video. So if you play on number 6, you've got Tilak Verma, Suryakumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya batting in position. And I think that would put this team in the best stead to win the preliminary matches before the final. So if you're looking at batting depth as well, you've got Naman Dir, Mitchell Santner, and you've got Deepak Chahar. You've got that much batting. And I feel with the attack they've got, if you bring in Karan Sharma, the spin threat or the spin quota will be satisfied. So I hope they don't do what they've been doing before, which is playing Wu Jacks and shifting the other batsmen around him. And despite they've had to name replacement, it's not affected the team combination because an apt replacement for Ryan Rickleton is Johnny Bairstow. Bevan Jacobs, he hasn't played a match thus far, but he's destructive. Mitchell Santner is there, so Corbin Bosch wouldn't have, I don't know where he would have found a place. Then you've got Trent Bolt there. So the overseas combination hasn't been disrupted. This is how I think they should go. And if they go with this, I think they'd be a threatening side in this playoff stage. And now for the 11 comparison, as I said in the previous video for Mullanpur, you've got to get to that 55 mark after 6 overs. Which top 4 will take you there? For Gujarat, it'd be Shubman Gill, Sai Sudarshan, Kushal Mendes, Wayne Sundar compared to Rohit Sharma, Johnny Bairstow, Tilak Verma, Suryakumar Yadav. Now the Gujarat Titans openers, for the first 3 overs or so in the power play, they haven't looked to attack much. Then the last 3, they accelerate in a classical fashion and get to that 50 odd. It's a skill that they have exhibited. However, considering explosiveness, you've got Kushal Mendes, who would look to be explosive, but Rohit Sharma, Johnny Bairstow, Tilak Verma can do both. Suryakumar look to be explosive. Mumbai have got the edge there. Then after the 10 over mark, how will you manage when the ball gets softer on a slow surface? For Gujarat, you've got Kushal Mendes, Wayne Sundar, Shah Rukh Khan, Shafin Rutherford, Rahul Tewatia. For Mumbai, you've got Tilak Verma, Suryakumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Bevan Jacobs, Naman Dir, Mitchell Santner. Now, 3 players will be batting in position for Mumbai, being Tilak Verma, Suryakumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya. That's much more of a solid threat, I feel, than Kushal Mendes, explosive. But if he gets out by the 9th over, the crease occupation can be a problem. And that's why you've got Wayne Sundar there, could be a bridge between number 3 and number 5. But if Kushal Mendes gets out by the 9th or 10th over, then you've got a crease occupation problem against a good Mumbai attack. Whereas in this case, Bevan Jacobs is playing his first match. Naman Dir has done decently when he has batted. Mumbai Indians have also got batting depth and a bankable top 5, so I've gone with them to take that edge. Now the spin edge, Gujarat Titans have got more spinners: Rashid Khan, Wayne Sundar, Sai Kishore. Mumbai have got Mitchell Santner, Karan Sharma, and if necessary, Naman Dir. Rashid Khan, the output hasn't been there, but I feel looking at those 3, you would say Gujarat have got the spin edge. Now the fast bowling edge. You've got Mohammad Siraj, Prasidh Krishna have been bowling well. Jad Kitsey can be expensive. So if Mohammad Siraj and Prasidh Krishna don't strike up front, then you've got a problem for the rest. And despite that they've been bowling well, Prasidh Krishna's, I think purple cap holder or joint purple cap holder. Can you compare them with both Bumrah, Deepak Chahar, Hardik Pandya? I don't think so. Mumbai got the edge to strike up front with the seamers. So because of the more assured batting and the assured seam attack and even the spin edge for Gujarat, Rashid Khan hasn't been bowling well. You've got Wainand Sundar, he's not been back to the bowler. Saiki Short not been back to the bowler. So even that spin edge can be nullified if Mumbai play Karan Sharma. Because of that, I feel Mumbai will win this match and progress. Let's see what's in store. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share, friends, remember, this is my opinion. Watch it.